Hello, hello. Welcome. I was gonna swap over onto my microphone a little bit sooner, but somebody was driving their car very loudly outside. But we're here now. Hello, welcome everyone. Today is good old Monday, so it's a bunch of dailies. Pretty close to leveling up actually. Didn't notice. Must have done like my monster park and then went to bed or something. Hello Vane, welcome. Okay. What should we start with? Let's probably start by checking CPQ, probably. Actually, I can do this now, can't I? No. Pardon me. It's always a struggle looking for CPQ in Hyperion, that's for sure. Otherwise, I guess I'll just start with my solo voyages. The worst part about playing in Hyperion, nobody wants to do commercy, and I don't blame them. Yeah, how is everyone? Hopefully you guys are doing well. My 30% went shockingly well. Way better than I had hoped. Let's see. It's so annoying that I can't change the mode while I'm in the actual commercy. Have I tried looking for CPQ in Solace? I can only imagine that it's gonna be a lot worse than this, because this is already like pretty painful. Finding a party in general for CPQ is already kind of tedious. And now you're telling me that in Solace you have nobody? It does not surprise me. At least we can do our solo voyages. Ooh, apparently we have one person, so I need to look for one more. You still do commercy since you have legacy flames? You hate 30%? I have been so lucky on my 30% in general. I feel like 30% is my event. I feel like that's the one for me. Okay, let's see if we can find somebody. You got a pat mark? Oh, congrats! You are now joining me on the seas. Yo, does this guy want to join? Oh, there's two people here. Surely one of them wants to join. Oh, they're leaving and the other guy's AFK. Alright. Surely. I know there's gonna be people like me who are just like opening this every once in a while to try to get a party, for sure. Will we see more BAM content? I mean, I could. Ooh, speaking of Battle Mage, this guy's a Battle Mage. Crazy. Yeah, I will be doing more things on my Battle Mage, sort of. It's just a matter of like creating a video for it. It's just that I don't go out of my way to do much more than my weekly bosses at the moment. I could do a little bit of an update, but yeah, we'll just see. I feel like if I wanted to do something on my Battle Mage, there's not that many updates I can really give. Ah, yes, my favorite, gold way. Yeah. I think in general. Ah, it's one of you guys. Is it? Is it one of you guys? Oh, what I was saying. Yeah, just like when it comes to star forcing, I feel like Nexon knows that I'm recording. It's always good for me on events, and then off event it's just kind of troll. Like it either like nothing happens, or I just waste a bunch of money, or I just brute force something off event. I feel like my channel is like a good advocate for on event. It's just getting lucky. Can grind out CPQ as a daily? Unfortunately 3 times a day. And if you get stuck on this one, then it can be quite long. If you're lucky, that means we get video content, which is good. You can tell whether or not it's lucky or unlucky based off of the timing of the video. Or, sorry, not the timing, the duration of the video. I feel like if there's not much... Sometimes I just don't have much to show. And I think that's the tricky part for my channel, is that sometimes I just don't have anything to show. Tap my Sweetwater tattoo to 21, 500 mil, and then feeling like I could hit 22 and boom. I feel that. Like sometimes you're just on a roll and you just keep clicking. It's like, ah, it's streaked to 21. This is the sign, and then it blows up 22. What can you do? Yeah, happens more often than not when going for 22s. That being said, I don't really mind CPQ too much, because there is one thing that I would like to see from CPQ. I've always wanted a pair of Sweetwater gloves. Sweetwater gloves and the Sweetwater hat are 2 of my favorite items in the game. Of course we get another gold way, guys. It's always gold way. Only gain stars off event, 20 bill, 30% off, lose 2 stars. Yeah, it's rough. 30% is definitely one of those events where, like, if you have a bad event, it feels really bad. Whereas, like, 5, 10, 15, it feels way more consistent, which it is. It's a better event, I think, in general. Thank you, Panda, for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, 30% is... It feels very all or nothing. But at the end of the day, 30% is just a cheaper off event. I don't consider 30% an event, really. It's just... I don't know, it feels like a cope event. Just based off of like how hard it is to get 19 stars, or 20 stars in general. The 30% doesn't really help you that much. It's just cheaper, right? But it still feels bad. Compare it to 5, 10, 15, where you like have to go for that 19 to 20 star, 1 star earlier. It's just better. It's cheaper because you don't have to safeguard. You get a guaranteed. You only need to do 4 stars instead of 5 stars consecutively, or like in a net positive. Yeah, 5, 10, 15 just feels better. 30% off is just a cheaper off event. I kind of always tell people sometimes, it's just like, if you like to off event, then 30% should be your event. Because it's the same thing, but just cheaper. But yeah. Thankfully for me, my 30% went pretty well. A little bit too well. Which is nice for me, because my spares, I can probably get rid of a bunch of spares. Alright, one more boat trip. I'm gonna get flamed. I always get flamed. 4 17s and 2.5 bill. That's pretty good. 3 gold ways. Oh my god, somebody said help. You know, I actually, on CPQ, get gold wave pretty frequently. Which is good and bad. It's pretty good because it gives you the most amount of dineros. But it's pretty awful because it's gold way. Alright, surely some of us can share some success stories, right? I managed to hit a bunch of 21s. Surely there's some people with success stories on 30% off, right? One of my friends actually, he spent like 40 bill and he 22'd like 4 or 5 items, which I felt like was pretty good. 10 bill per 22 seems like pretty good to me. So surely other people have made good gains too. Hello, Von. Yeah. I kind of wish I had a little bit more money because I still have a lot of 16 stars, but it felt so bad safeguarding 15 to 17, so I just copped it. $13. It's just gotta get that sup fodder. Hit for what you aimed for. Spent 7 bill booming 8 KTs for fun. I mean, that's not too bad, right? I mean, if you got what you hit for and then you just spent the rest of it just tapping stuff for free, quote unquote free, it's not too bad. You boomed 6 Dom Pennants in 3 minutes. That's pain. 22, 2 items, 21, 3 items, and 30 bill. That's pretty good. Yeah, congrats. Try 22 a sup ring. Yeah. So whenever I see people like tell me they spent a lot for 22s, it's just like I feel so sad for you guys. 22 is just hard. It's rough. 22 is so inconsistent, and it's just praying at that point. So hopefully your next one will go. There was a guy in my guild who was trying to 22 a lot of his gears. He had a few more like arcanes to go, and I think he boomed like 5 or 6 arcanes trying to 22 it. It was his last piece as well. So rough. Can I ask how much combat power you think I need for Enlomian? If you're trying to solo normal Lotus, normal Damian with like decent links, decent legion, and decent node stones, because I don't know what level those are at. Those add up a lot, and it really helps you with your Lotus clears. I think most players should be able to comfortably clear it with about anywhere between 5 and 10 mil. Like, you can obviously go lower than 5 to 10, but I think a lot of the times, if you're in that range, you have a very like comfortable clear. You know, not too long. You're not in there for like 30 minutes, sort of thing. You can 100% party up as low as like maybe even 3 mil on normal Lotus, normal Damian. But if you want to try to solo, you can definitely try like 5 mil and up. If you want, let's just give me a second. I probably have my run somewhere on my channel, so I can quickly just check for you. Because I think I did normal Lotus, normal Damian. I definitely did it on a video, and I think I showed what it was. Because I did it pretty early, so I feel like it's not a. You don't need to be anything too crazy to try solo Lotus and Damian. Okay, I was at about 3.5 mil combat power when I tried to solo Lotus and Damian. But I also have like 8.5k Legion. I do have pretty strong nodes, and I had a lot of money going into it. So I think I think most players closer to 5 to 6 mil as a minimum to try if you're a new player. But then anywhere between 5 and 10 would put you in a good spot to try. You boom 4 Meister rings in 2.5 bill? That is pretty rough. That those rings just did not want to be there that day. Sorry. Hopefully you get luckier next time. 22 Slime Ring, Superior, Twilight Mark, and 10 bill. Wow. Oh, you got 3 22s and 10 bill? That's so good. Congrats. You're new in Reboot too, but I grinded Legion for a good month before I pushed main. I was at 6 to 8 as a bishop and cleared both within 15 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I'm thinking too. I think most classes between 5 and 10 will have a reasonable clear across both those bosses. The stones, I think he's talking about the 6 job stones. Once you get your 6 job, your combat power requirement drops by quite a lot because these 6 job skills are very good. The origin skill, which is the one you get for free, is very good. Having an extra bind is so handy. And then once you start improving your 6 job, those bosses, you're going to push through them pretty fast. But again, I understand that like a lot of players are new to the game or like inexperienced with the bosses, so yeah. I haven't been in that position for a little bit. And when I was in that position, like as a newer account, I didn't have combat power. When I made my battle mage, combat power wasn't a thing, so I do apologize if I can't give you like proper numbers. I can only guess from my experience, which might be kind of skewed. Tapped 20 Carnage rings so it could feed into your superior, or boom, rage tapped a raw sup and went straight to 22. You know, that is actually what happened to me on my first pair of superior earrings. Pardon me. On my jet at the time, I boomed like 30 or 40 reinforced earrings. 8 or 9 superior fodders, like superior ring earrings themselves. Because like, it was a mix of getting the fodder to 21 and then tapping the real thing. Like, it was easily like 40 booms in one session. And I was so close to quitting. And I was like to myself, I have 1 earring left. I'm just going to tap my actual earring. If this dies, then I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And it streaked to 22 on the final earring. Like, I had no fodders left. I had no superior earrings left. It was my literal last one. I had nothing. If that boomed, I don't know where I'd be right now. It was such a frustrating event. I think it was like 40 bill, and I didn't hit that 22 within like my fodders, because I wanted to do a bunch of other things. But yeah. I will say some of the dumbest decisions I've made in the game were the ones that I got away with. There were multiple times actually where I kind of was burnt out from the game and I kind of just wanted to, not really quit, but like give myself less of a reason to play. It was roughly when I was like just pushing too much, too many levels at the time. I was just training too much and kind of burnt out. But yeah. It's all good now, and now I'm actually enjoying myself quite a lot, just taking it easy, playing these characters, making videos. Even just chatting with you guys it's a lot of fun. So lucky to have you Hyperburning as Zenon, have a reference to learn what to do. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad I could be of help. If you want to see like a more like early game progress, I definitely recommend you checking out the Battle Mage series, because I talk a little bit more about like my links and my Legion, and I actually like go through all of that as well. Whereas my Zenon is a much more funded character. I have more resources to play with. I'm not solo progging on it, so I'm doing things in carries, parties, boss trades, you know, everything that like I have access to. But if you want to see something a little bit slower, my Battle Mage is probably a good resource, because I take everything so much slower and it's like a lot more, I wouldn't say planned out, I don't know if that's the right word, but like I definitely thought about it a little bit more. This one, I'm kind of just enjoying my Zenon. It feels really nice playing a strong character after playing as a solo character for so long. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's Kind of fun being strong. And I think, I will say though, I think my battle mage was also relatively strong. It was just slow. It was just slow. By the time I was 260, I was pretty decently geared. But because I wasn't power leveling or anything like that, like I think I got pretty far. Look at that, see? Just gotta check every once in a while and hope that there's a CP cure. Just hope for the best. Okay, I think I started my dailies. Oh, I'm almost about to level up. Probably level up doing my dailies. Let's just start from the end here. What was the hardest boss you progged to in Kronos? I stopped playing in Kronos when they released Carlos, I think. I stopped properly playing Kronos when they released Carlos. I have run Carlos. My character's strong enough to run normal Carlos as well. It's probably able to run easy Carling, but I haven't like learned the boss or anything because I started playing Hyperion and I'm just kind of taking things easy at the moment. So yeah, probably like normal Carlos, easy Carling level is how far I progged. Is 17.5 mil combat power enough to get into hard will parties? Probably, I'd say so. If everyone is about a similar strength and nobody's like a super juicer, probably should be okay. Like if the boss dies in about 10 minutes, maybe a bit difficult. But I think if everyone's a similar stat to you, 17.5 might be enough. Making some really good progress, unlike the other times I tried starting the game. Yeah, the Hyperburn makes progging in this game feel a little bit more smooth. I don't mind that there is like a bit of a wall at 260, because I think 260 is like a good place to slow down, because that's where all the new content is, so it's fine. Do you think 20% of the player base are at normal Carlos? No, God, no. I think you'd be very surprised how... For somebody who might be, like, further into the game, you'd be very surprised to hear how many people are actually, like, not that far into the game. Like, I'd be very surprised if any of you guys could guess how many people have even soloed Hard Lotus. I'd say Hard Lotus, when you solo that boss, you're kind of more... You're at that point where you're pretty dedicated to the game, or like it's your main game. I think anywhere before Hard Lotus solo, you could probably say you're enjoying the game more as a casual player. And I say casual player, but that could mean anything for most people. It could be like 1 or 2 hours a day, or it could mean like half an hour a day or less, right? But I say that once you get to the Hard Lotus solo, that's when you know that you're in it for the long term, I feel. I feel a lot of players tend to be like that. I'd be very surprised if anybody could tell me how many accounts you guys reckon, like how much of the percentage of global accounts have solid Hard Lotus. I'd be very surprised. Because I can tell you for sure that I would not be able to have guessed it at the time that I looked at that stat. Well, yeah. I will say, in general, most players are very seasonal. They will play in the current event, whichever one it is. In this case, it's a Hyperburn event. There is a good chance that most of them stop at 250. Like, they don't even finish their Hyperburn. There's a lot of players that don't finish their Hyperburn. A lot of players who get bored of the grind, can't be bothered doing their dailies. You know, there's a lot of things that add up because the game is quite grindy. And sometimes, when you want to play MapleStory, you're not there for the grind. You're there for the nostalgia. You're enjoying the dopamine of, like, leveling up. And then once it slows down, you're not interested anymore. And yeah, a lot of players are like that. A lot of people stop at 250, 260 nowadays because of the Hyperburn. But back then as well, a lot of people, when they got the Terror Burning, they just stopped at like 220, 230. And you're not going to get to Hard Lotus solo, at least. Yeah, let's have a look at the stats, boys. Let's have a look. Let's go Lotus. If I can find it. Oh, somebody found it for me. 3.96 hard Lotus solo achievement. There we go, herbicide. 3.96. Right? That's not a lot of players, and this is hard Lotus solo. And now just think about how many like more bosses above that you'd have to go. Right? So yeah, I'd say anybody who thinks that like a lot of players are in the endgame, it's just you haven't seen how many players actually go through the game and stop playing. That's all it is. Calling you sweaty? No. I'm just saying that like if you guys are watching my stream, chances are you guys are like a little bit more invested in the game, or you guys are like learning the game and trying to learn to get further into the game, right? But not a lot of players look out for those extra resources. They're just kind of enjoying themselves, you know, leveling and then stopping when they think it's too hard or it's too grindy. Yeah, Justin said it earlier, leveling a non-hyperburn feels super slow. So if you're not playing on this event, a lot of players just don't get very far in the game. Like if you picked up the game in like 2 or 3 months time when there's like no hyperburn going on, I can't say for sure that I can see a new player being like, yeah, I'm gonna get to 260. It's gonna be a hard push. You feel called out? I'm sorry, it's just how it is. But yeah, no, it's just like it makes sense though, because you guys in my chat here, like I said, it's just either you guys are in it for the long haul, or you guys are like more invested in the game or enjoying the game a lot more and you want to push further. It makes sense. Hi, would you say Battle Mage is a good boss mule? I think it's a really good character. I don't know if I can recommend it as a boss mule. I think it's a little weak for a boss mule. It really shines after you get 6th job. You know how when people say, oh, the class gets better after 5th job? Battle Mage, I can promise you, feels like 100 times better after 6th job. If you don't get the Battle Mage to 6th job, it feels kind of bad, because for the same amount of investment pre-6th job, I think a lot of classes can be a better bossing mule. But if you enjoy the class, then of course my opinion doesn't matter. But if you want to make it as a boss mule, I wouldn't recommend it unless you are pushing to 6th job or you are planning on using it to farm. Like if there's a dual purpose for your Battle Mage, you want to help your friends be a support or something, or you're pushing content past 260 or whatever it is, then sure. I think it's a good class. But if you're purely making it like pre 230, 240 bossing mule, I'd find it hard to recommend. Game curves really hard into mid-late game. Don't think new players have that patience. Yeah, you have to kind of build up the patience, or you're not really playing other games. If you are like only playing MapleStory, which is I think a lot of like, I can imagine a lot of us being like the case where we only really play MapleStory as our main game, and then like other games on the side, right? I feel like if you're not in that position, you're probably not going to stick around in the game too long, because the grind is like pretty heavy. Is a free game stats like that expected? Exactly. It's because it's free, and then people just play it until they feel like they don't want to push anymore, and then that's it. I think if you looked at the stats for, if you compared it to the amount of people who like have paid for the game, like bought NX and stuff, I think the stats would be a lot different. %% end cast is surprisingly high. Yeah, it is. Hello, Jackie. Welcome. Anyone know if Bowmaster 2nd is impactful? I feel like the Bowmaster in my guild, he said that like there is like an FD gain, but I don't remember how much it was. But it's also like global stats, right? So it might also still be kind of deceiving, those stats. Because I can imagine there being like a lot of people who just log in for like an hour and then just never play the game again. it'd be better as a Hyperburning mule? Yeah, I think Battle Mage is best as a Hyperburning. Because the 6 job really, like, makes the class feel impressive. Until 6 job, it's like, it's pretty average. When do you solo normal Lu Will? Probably somewhere between 15 and 20 mil combat power. I can imagine people soloing it. Alright. I want to pick a place to level up because I don't want to level up in the random training map. Let's level up. Let's level up here. This is a nice place to level up. This is a pretty cool map here. Let's level up here. Nice. Just get a nice screenshot in. Now we come back to our dailies. I should have leveled up a long time ago actually, because I don't do Monster Park Extreme, or I just forget. I feel like I should have leveled up like 5 days ago. Congrats, thank you. How long did your Darkness solo take on your Battle Mage? I think the first time I soloed on my Battle Mage, it took me about half an hour. It was like a full run. For all of my first solos, they were almost all of them were a max level run. Oh, thank you, Jackie, for upgrading to MVP Silver. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. But yeah, for all of the runs except Lucid, actually, specifically Lucid, everything except Lucid, my first clear were all like about 30 minutes, and Lucid was an exception because I couldn't burst the last phase battle, and this leads into answering your question about 6 job Battle Mage. Battle Mage before that is a very DPS heavy class, and I really felt like it suffered a proper burst, which made some bosses a little bit more frustrating to do, specifically bosses like Lucid. Lucid felt really bad. Gloom felt awful to do without 6 job. Like, I didn't try Gloom without 6 job, but I can imagine without 6 job that boss is just awful. You're just doing no damage because this your burst is non-existent. It's too spread out. The hardest part of soloing Lu Will is hard Lotus damage check. Oh, hard Lucid damage check. Okay, yeah, exactly. Is it just Reaper doing good damage? No, it's the Origin. The Origin is the best thing that's happened to Battle Mage for sure. Battle Mage's Origin is insane. I didn't realize how great it was until I started playing other classes, but that Origin is incredible. Tips for first time Black Mage? I think my biggest tip for Black Mage would be, well, in P1, let's assume that in P1 your party can one burst it, right? Let's assume. I think that's a fair assumption. Most parties prefer to one burst P1. Actually, while I'm here, I should start this request. Do I have any 20-minute coupons? I do. So, okay, what I was saying, like, so let's assume that you one burst at a P1. In P2, my biggest tip is to play patient and don't get caught by the pillars. Like, that's the main thing. Like, if you don't get caught by pillars and you save your iframes for bad patterns, you'll probably be okay. And in P3, it's just the main thing that you're looking at is the kick. Like, once you start getting used to those, then you can start maximizing your play a little bit more. But yeah, usually it's the pillars that catches people, and then the kick in P3. If you don't have a bishop, try to learn how to, like, get damage in while moving. That's probably the best way to put it. If you don't have a consistent healer in your party, like a Lumi, a bishop, or I think to some extent Battle Mage as well. And honestly, just watch other people clear Black Mage. You'd be surprised how much you can learn from watching somebody else do things. Because everyone has like a different way of approaching certain patterns. And how they move their character. And there's a lot of little small tricks that a lot of classes have that can deal with various mechanics in Black Mage. Wish you could choose which phase you start off in practice mode. Yeah, that would be really nice. I think that was something that I wish I had on my Battle Mage when I was going for my Black Mage solo. Like P2 was getting there, but you know sometimes you just have a bad P2 and you don't get much practice in P3. So I do kind of wish that I had a P3 practice mode for my Battle Mage. Tried the solo BM, came into BM P4 with 4 lives and still died out. Yeah, you know when you're trying to solo, like genuinely, like when you solo the game, it feels way different. On top of, like you would be surprised how many like easy things that you die to when you're soloing. Like I don't know about you guys, but like whenever I do party bosses, a lot of random mechanics I just never die to. But then the moment you put me into a solo situation, just random things will just get me. I think a good example is probably like, I want to say like Lotus. It's because I think, might be just a mental thing, but I swear when I party up in Lotus, I feel invincible and I don't get hit by anything. And then when I solo, suddenly I just get hit by every single piece of debris. Like, that's honestly how I feel. Although I will say I have opposite experiences based on different bosses. I feel like in V-Hiller when I solo, it's so chill, but then the moment I party up in V-Hiller, I'm just catching strings everywhere. Could just be a mental thing, but who knows. Lotus is also distracted by teammates and doesn't push you? Yeah. It's a lot of things. Like the dynamic changes up a lot. For Black Mage P4, I can kind of see because I've died out in P4 as well on my first few solos on my Corsair. For no reason. It's like I was like, why did I die? Like I never die in P4. Why suddenly on my solo am I now like just losing lives? And sometimes it's just, honestly, it's probably just because it's taking longer, and then you have a higher chance of getting caught in bad patterns. Like I think that's probably like a genuine thing. The longer you're in a boss, the more likely you're just going to face situations that you don't usually face because the run's a lot shorter. So when I first attempted Hard Will, never died out in P2 as a party, but solo just kills you like crazy. Yeah. I think all bosses are sort of like that. How you do today? I'm doing well, thank you, Kelvin. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Are you guys enjoying this portal farming? You guys have told me about this map, and here I am. It's not bad. It's very lazy. Is this what you guys wanted? This is how I do my dailies now. Not sure if I want to wait for my second mastery or like wait for Soul Janus. How much is it to unlock Soul Janus for the first level? I might save up for it. Feel like an extra summon would be nice. I mean, this is pretty easy already, but... $125. Oh, that's a lot. I guess given how good it is, it seems pretty fair. I saw over here and still doing public just because someone doesn't want to drop. Yeah, coordinating drops is something that a lot of players don't realize is really important. It's not about you being the best player in the room. You gotta share it. Why did you decide on no 22 star during the solo prog? It's just simply because I felt like I didn't need it. going for full 21s is a lot cheaper than even a few 22s. I feel like, in terms of my gear progression, if I had went for 22s, say like on my CRA from the get-go, there's a good chance that I would not have solo Black Mage still. It's just because of how random 22 can be. Like 21s are so much more consistent and reliable in terms of like trying to hit it mathematically. And in terms of the damage, I didn't really need I didn't need the damage. I just needed more attack on across more items as opposed to a lot of attack on one. I think unless I was like a really greedy player or I was way more farm heavy, like if I farmed a lot more, I might have considered 22, but given the pacing that I was playing at, it didn't make sense for me to go 22. And I've gone for full 22s on like past characters. It's yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it all already when it comes to 22s, so I'm okay not experiencing that again. And I think people are starting to share a similar sentiment more frequently. Not frequently, more lately. A lot of players are just like even hard selling 21 now. Because like you genuinely don't really need 22s unless you are trying to push like pretty far into the game, and at that point, like sure, like 22s make sense. But early on, if you're like me, I mean like I was only 275, right? I had no rush for 22s. Nothing wrong with it, it's just that I wanted to get to my goal a little bit like more consistently, and I think 21s are the way to go for consistency. Love Sunny Sunday. Spending 2 bill to get 3 pieces CRA to 17. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, seems pretty cheap. I hate star forcing to 17 on a just in general when it's not 5, 10, 15. It's just the 15 to 16 JL feels awful. 22 is a scam for players less than a year in. I think in a lot of cases, yeah, that'd be fair. Burden 50 bill on trying to get hat from 21 to 22, settle on 21. For me, it was just definitely a case of like, so I was somebody who went for 22s, and then I compared my progress against 2 different people. One person also went for full 22s, and another person went for full 21s and settled. Between me and the person who went full 22s, the variability on our Star Force cost was insane. Like, it took me about 1 trill to full 22 my first character. And the other person that went full 22s, full 22 their character in 300 bill. Right? They actually got 2 characters to full 22 within the same amount of time it took me to get 1 character to 22. And then I compare that to my other friend who has spent a similar amount on Star Forcing, about 1 trill as well. They have 5 characters full 21. I think I've shared this sentiment multiple times where I think I would be happier with 5 characters full 21 versus 1 character full 22. Or you can be lucky and then be full 22 twice in the same amount of money that I spent, right? But that's like the variance of it. 22s can be all or nothing. The average is probably like somewhere between like 400 and 600, like somewhere in that range. So they were lucky twice, but I was unlucky once, and that was enough to almost make me quit the game, right? But after Star Forcing on my Battle Mage and hard settling at 21, if I get lucky on 21, it's so cheap, right? It is so cheap to be lucky on 21. But if you want to be lucky on 22, it can still be expensive. So I think overall, I was happy just hard selling 21. And what I did was just for a solo. You need way less to party up and contribute to a party in Black Mage and Liberate. Like you don't need full 21s. You could get away with 21 Arcane, 19 start everything, and then you would probably still green dot in a Black Mage party. Assuming, of course, they're not like super strong or anything. Yeah, that's my experience though with Star Forcing. It's very hit or miss on 22s, and yeah, it just depends on what you want out of the game. you got caught in 14 to 15 jail on 3 pieces. Honestly, 14 to 15 jail is probably the worst thing in the game right now. That is actually just pure pain. Absolute pain, 14 to 15. Because you're copping a safeguard cost. All over again. Yeah. For anyone that's like unsure about like star forcing and like 21s, 22s and stuff like that, feel free to ask in the chat as well. It's a whole lot of things in the game that you just don't really know. And I'll be honest, if you are somebody who asks the guild and stuff like that, there will always be people who just want you to spend your money, right? So I know a lot of people try to help each other, but if you are unsure and you want to ask into your guild, just be aware that most people will probably egg you on to spend your money. Because they just want to watch people gamble, right? But if you want like a more unbiased opinion, feel free to ask here. Because I'm very much more of a like a stats and numbers kind of guy as opposed to... I hate watching people... One of my pet peeves is like watching people get egged on to like spending their money on something that is probably not a good idea. And then I feel really bad when they don't hit. It's just like... That person had no reason to spend their money, and then one person was like, oh yeah, go do it, and then, you know, intrusive thoughts happen and they just full send. I just feel bad. You're going for 21 Abso or Arcanes? On this character, I'm doing a mix of Arcanes and Abso. I'm gonna go for Gloves, Weapon on Arcanes, and Shoe, Shoulder, Cape on Abso. Mostly because how fast this character's progging. I kind of want the... I kind of want items to Star Force. And waiting for Arcanes is going to take a long time. Started reboot as a battle mage, came over from Maple Sea. Your videos are helpful. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you've enjoyed the videos. How much do you suggest to save for Liberation? That one's a hard question. Honestly, as much the easy answer is as much as you can. It's hard to expect 3 lines from anything. In my experience of 3 lines, I've seen people get it like super cheap within 10 bill, but I've also seen people spend 150 and not hit 3-line attack. I think if you just want a usable potential, for example, like attack boss damage, I think that's a pretty fair line that a lot of people settle on. That's, if you save like 50 bill, you're probably going to see it. I would want to save at least 50 bill. I think anything less than that, you might be setting up yourself for like kind of disappointment. In my experience, just watching people do it. That's why I love 6 job, no reverse progression. Yeah, for sure. What's the damage increase from 21 to 22? I think if you full 21 to 22, it's actually pretty significant. Like the FD gain is definitely there, but if you're looking at a single piece of 21 to 22, it's not that much. Like, let's have a look, because I'm kind of curious as well, right? I'm not actually gonna tap anything, guys. Don't worry. But here's a Sierra, right? 21 to 22. You get 16 attack and 11 all stat, basically. 16 attack. Now, if I put in this 16 to 17 star, honestly, it's not that much less, right? Look at this. I'm getting 13 instead of like 16, and I'm getting 11 instead of... How much was this? 11 instead of 16. Actually, in this case, I actually get a little bit more stat. But I get like a little bit less attack. From a 16 to 17 star. So rather than jamming a CRA from like 17 to 22, you could just 19 star all 3 of them. And then you'll get more gains than 122. You just have to think of it like that. Like, if you spread your stars out, it'll be easier, cheaper, and you'll probably get more gains. There's no point rushing 22. There's no rush. Been do Karim Deluge. I have not gone a Dom Pendant. Dom Pendant is... unironically, pitch boss, it takes so long to get a Dom Pendant. You just gotta stick with it. I would not recommend doing CPQ for the pendant. I highly do not recommend that because it takes a long time. Unless you're okay doing constant like Commercy, then sure. But I wouldn't recommend it. I think you just wait for Dom Pendants and just do the pendant as one of your last upgrades. Because before I soloed Black Mage, my Dom Pendant was like one of the last items I upgraded. Do I have enough money? Yes, I can finally upgrade this. Alright, I need to stand somewhere there's no NPC. By keeping Abso, do you mean 21 2-line? Yes. I'm gonna... My 21 Absos, the ones I'm gonna keep, they're gonna just be 21 2-line. Or 3-line eventually, but we'll see. Would you recommend 21 Monocle and Tattoo? Monocle, yes. I can recommend that. Because there's not that many options for that slot if you don't have... You either do a Black Bean Mark, a Monocle, or Pitch Boss. There's not really any other option. And the Monocle at 21, 22 is better than the Black Bean Mark, obviously. You can't really recommend Pap Mark because that's so rare. Tattoo, though, it loses out to... the Tattoo loses out to the... what's it called? Twilight Mark. You got your 17 CRAs to 21 yesterday? Oh, congrats. What do you suggest to focus on next? Next will probably be anything you have fodders. So, it's like Golix is usually the next thing to focus on. For most players, I'd imagine. Okay, let's do... Speaking of Golix, let's go do Golix. 21s to 20 and Dom subpendant to 19 and chickened out when I had one bill left. That's fine. It's fine to stop while you're ahead. I think that's not bad. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. There's a lot of things I kind of got stuck rambling about. When's a good time to lib? What are the requirements? Do you mean... I mean, you liberate as soon as you can, right? Like, you just start running Black Mage as soon as you can. But if you're talking about, like, saving for Genesis, it's, yeah, probably just whenever you can. But the problem is you probably have a bunch of, events on at the same time, so it might be kind of hard to save. But yeah, 50 bills kind of a good amount of Jenny, a good amount of money for a Jenny weapon. Tap please, it's free. No. No 22s up in here. 30% FD from 21 to 22 all gear. Yeah, it's pretty significant. Don't get me wrong. 22 is a pretty big gain, but I feel like most players overrate 122 when you can spread your gains up a little bit better. Oh, this is gonna expire soon. Why don't I stream on weekends? I'm usually out. On the Saturday, I actually went to go play at a One Piece trading card game regional. So that was kind of fun. And then on Sunday, I was just out the whole day. I usually have a lot of things on the weekend. Whether it be like family or something else. 19 to 21s or 21 stars worth more than 3 lines? Yeah, I think 3 lining potentials is probably one of the last things I would recommend people doing. Ooh, Dumb Pendant. I think that makes my 3rd one I've seen. Yeah. Not bad. 3... How long have we had the Hyperburning? 3? I feel like we've had it for like 2-3 months. Wait, how long has the Hyperburning event gone on? Wait, what? 2-3 months? It's only been like 1 month, right? 2 months? That's crazy. 3 Dumb Pendants in 2 months is still pretty good. I've lost the plot there for a second. I feel like I've been here forever. But I keep mixing it with my Battle Mage. Are there certain signs that you use when you try a boss, or do you just kind of go in? I kind of base whether or not I can run a boss off of how fast I do other bosses. For example, if I can do C-Vel in 1 burst, it tells me that I could probably do normal Lotus, normal Damian pretty quickly. That's an example. Is it 22 for min-maxing? Well, yeah, it's for min-maxing, but it's also like it is a definite damage gain. It's still like later on a relatively fair damage gain for what you're risking. The only thing that's annoying is that if you blow it up, then you might lose the potential depending on what it is. Like somebody said, the problem with Golix is that you usually want to fodder. So if you settle on 21 superior, it's really hard to push 22 superior. Because you lose the potential, and then you might as well just make a new one, sort of thing. This is the end of week 5. Oh wow, 5 weeks with 3 Dom pendants? That's pretty damn good. My Battle Mage had so much trouble with the Dom pendants. It got the first one for free, and then it didn't see one for another while. Okay, let's get rid of these. What do I need to get rid of? Probably the gloves. I don't need the gloves. Belt, glove. Belts, glove. Belt spoilers. Look, I've given up on hiding spoilers, I'll be honest. Cause I am I've decided that stream gets the spoilers for free. It's too hard. It's too hard to hide, and I will forget. It's all good, guys. Stream spoilers, it's fine. You guys get it every once in a while. Ah, what a nice inventory I have now. I'm not gonna answer any questions about my style forcing. You guys can make whatever assumptions you guys have. If you guys happen to see it, you see it. It's all good. Clearing inventory feels nice, for sure. 100%. These, what am I? Get out of there. Okay, let's just claim all these. No. Getting there. Our Arcane Force is getting really close to done. Getting pretty close. When do the new notes for the new Sunny Sundays come out? They'll come out probably after the end of this set, I think. 22 is functionally the highest level of Star Force? Yes. Going past 22 is maniac behavior. If I can do normal Lotus in 10 minutes each, can I try to do the next set of bosses? It's hard to say. I think for 10 minutes Lotus Damian, you can probably do normal slime. Maybe easy lucid. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Yeah. See if we can find. I think that's probably all I need to do on my Zenon that isn't training. I'm gonna go on to my Cannon Master for a little bit and claim some of the daily stuff. What's this? Ah, because I clicked the guy at the back. Ah, no, not this. Okay, that's fine. Zero Dom Penance on Hyperburn so far, but I got superior earrings today. Oh, congrats on the superior earrings. Seen a 24 KT Smega yesterday? Yeah. Maniac behavior if you go past 22. You gotta really feel lucky that day. Only missing Arcanes to 22. Now I'm trying for Black Mage on your solo prog. Oh, getting closer. Level 140 to 150 items are cheaper to 23 than Eternals to 22. That's pretty crazy to put into perspective, honestly. Like, putting that into perspective, pretty crazy. Artifact has expired. Time to refresh. Okay. Should probably do my 3k mobs. Do I even have a TP rock? I do. Nice. Hello, Maggie. Welcome. BM's kicking your ass? Yeah, it just takes some time to get used to. I believe in you though, I reckon you'll get it eventually. Hit 322s this event? Oh, congrats, Foxy. That's really good. Love to hear people hitting 22s. Especially if they had rough events. Feels good. 23 is something you do on your collection of slime rings. Yeah. When you're at that point where you're even considering 23s, at that point you're basically like waiting for pitch boss, or you're just gonna spend randomly on your mules, or you're waiting for Eternals. Those battle mage uses a lot of mana overall. How do I know? They keep in V Healer, sometimes I did take strings to heal my mana. A lot of the times you do slowly heal your mana back, right? But when you hit 0 mana, your mana overload will turn itself off. And even if you're restricted on healing, you will still gain the mana from your passive. You just need to remember to turn back on mana overload. So what happens is in my V Healer runs, my mana overload would just turn off. It will heal my mana a bunch. I just got 10 black flames. My mana overload will turn off, my mana will heal back up to close to full, then I have to remember to turn it back on, that's all. Which quest did you do to get your artifacts so high? Honestly, I don't know. I must have done a lot of them in the past. The 23 ET in your guild, that's pretty crazy. Maniac behavior. But then again, if you have a 22 ET and you have a second one, and you have nothing better to spend your money on, then sure. I think you need to keep it at level 10 initially. I think keeping it level 10 initially fine for 2 orbs. Yeah, if you're training, then yeah, sure. I haven't really thought too much about Soljanus, honestly. I'm probably gonna get 1 level of it at most, and then leave it at that. How does Cannon Master feel for you? It feels fine. I feel like the most fun I've had with this character is just watching the HP bars just zoom. It just zooms. When you do your little bursts and the HP bar just kind of disappears, it's very satisfying. Can't you AFK here? Honestly, I haven't looked into like rotations or anything like that with my characters. I'm just kind of like winging it as it goes. Would you recommend a strictly solo prog player to prioritize 22s? Probably not. It depends on your goal. If you're just trying to solo Black Mage, then absolutely not. I would not even bother with 22s if your main goal is to solo Black Mage. Because you can definitely solo Black Mage without 22s. And I feel like if you push 22s, you might hinder your goal of getting that Black Mage solo. But if you are trying to min-max your gear and you don't have a particular, I guess, goal to solo Black Mage, then you can go for 22s if you feel like you have a lot of spares or you don't want to get locked out of, for example, your Golix gear. I think out of all the gear to 22, the most annoying one would probably be Golix every time, just because usually you fodder. And if you have 21 earrings, for example, and you use them, it's kind of hard to go for 22 on them if you already got a potential on it. Guess it just depends though. Why do I feel like I'm doing a lot of damage? Why am I doing so much damage here? I need my Meso gear. That's alright. Did you do dojo for your battle mage? I think I got it to level like floor 30 and then I stopped. I'm way too lazy to do dojo. Like honestly, I hated doing dojo in most cases on all my characters. I used to do dojo on my jet and that was as far as I went because I needed the 2x coupons. My 22 Golix earrings are still epic pot for the psychology of tapping them. Yeah, that makes sense. If you ever plan on 22ing your Golix, I wouldn't push the potential on them at all. But if you're like me on my characters and I hard sell a 21, then whatever. But yeah, if you have even like a slight suspicion you might be tempted to go 22 on your superior, I wouldn't recommend pushing the pot. Maybe actually to like 2-line legendary at most, but anything further than that is probably not worth it. At the point of like going for 22 and 21, if you're even considering it, yeah, 2-line legendary is pretty free. Got 4 backups including an old 17. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to approach it. As long as like you don't overspend on 21 superior if you're ever planning on going to 22. Because the last thing that you want is like you accidentally triple prime or double prime your earrings and then you find out, I want to go for 22. Do you think you need 22s for N Carlos E-Carling? 22s will help, but given the fact that 6 job exists, you could probably get away with still, if your Hexa is good enough, you can probably get away with not having 22s. A friend of mine does do N Carlos and E-Carling, and they're not full 22s. They only started recently pushing for 22s because they're starting to have a spares problem with their arcanes. They were like hard settling 21 arcanes for the longest time, but now they're like got a lot of arcane boxes and stuff from just years of settling 21. But they can do N Carlos because their Hexa is like pretty improved. So it's not necessary, but it does help you get into the parties earlier. Because I know some people are pretty pedantic on like people's combat powers and stuff like that. Okay, just another 1400 mobs. How fun. I actually don't mind training on my my Cannon Master though, it's not too bad. Although I don't do my grandest dailies every day, I kind of forget. Too many characters doing dailies is just really easy to forget, and I don't stress myself about it. If I forget a days, it's just like, it is what it is. Speaking of which, I missed so many days, I have rest coupons, look at that, free 2x coupons for not logging in for a few days. GMS players tend to want 50% more damage than whatever your Maple Scouter says. It always makes me giggle when people... I sometimes look into like public lobbies just to see. I need things like for this character I need probably like a hard Seren. Oh yeah, I did hard Seren this week already. Look at that. Maybe like E-Carlos, right? Let's say I'm looking for an E-Carlos and I go to recruit party and I scroll through it. It always makes me giggle whenever somebody has like looking for a duo or a trio for like a random hard boss, and then you click into it and they're like, because on my Zenon, it'll X out if I don't have the combat power, because obviously my Zenon is still kind of new, it's still kind of weak, right? And I click into it, it's like, oh, why can't I join this hard Damian? And then the guy's asking for 35 million combat power for hard Damian, and I'm just like, bro, at that point, you're just getting carried. Appreciate the advice, and here I thought soloing Black Mage would require full 22s. Maybe back in the day, not so much anymore. But yeah, I'm glad I could help though. Would you recommend 21, 22, or 2021 Absolab? You can, but keep in mind, if you go for the Absolab route, you are spending money on temporary gear, or something that you will eventually replace. If you're okay with spending on temporary gear, then it's fine. As long as you are aware of that. Because there's no difference of going for 21 Abso or 21 Golix, right? In the same way, it's a similar cost. It's the same logic. You have fodders and you're trying to go for 21 on your transfer, right? But you would definitely prefer it on your Golix as opposed to your Abso in terms of the money spent. Because your Golix is going to stick with you for a longer time. So as long as you're aware of like where your money's going and whether or not the items are kind of permanent, then I think it's fine. You dropped a superior belt and superior earring? Oh, congrats. Getting a double is feels good. 30% off was good for me. 12 to 20 mil CP. Oh, very good. It's almost double. People are stingy with H-Lu Will. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. Got greedy on an Arcane Shell, got to 21 and tapped it because he was feeling it and you blew. Oh no. Man, hopefully you get it back. Did you get attack speed inner? I did actually. I will be uploading probably my Cannon Master update sometime in this week. I was trying to get it out earlier, but I just got busy. But I did actually hit. I have attack speed +1, abnormal, and boss damage. Pretty much done IA there. Feels really good. I feel like a real Cannon Master right now. What can my Cannon Master solo right now? I can solo Black Mage in like 35 minutes. I don't know what that like kind of transfers to in other bosses, but yeah, Black Mage in about 35 minutes. Maybe like 35 to 40 minutes. I don't know what it would be exactly. Spent 20 bill and your combat power dropped. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Hopefully the next event treats you a bit better. My combat power on my Cannon Master is like 140 something mil, I want to say, in full damage gear. With my fams out, it's like 170 something, but I think my boss fams are like kind of fake. As in like that mad inflates the combat power, so yeah. What's the highest flame? It's probably like 50 something and 4 as like the highest possible for the Sweetwater. I actually have a pretty good Sweetwater item. 42 and 4. Isn't that such a nice Sweetwater flame? That's a non-transposed, obviously. 42 and 4. It's kind of nice. That is a Sweetwater flame. I remember hitting that really early on as well, like a long time ago. Are you sticking with Cannon Master? Well, for Kronos, I'm not making a new main anytime soon. In terms of like late game stuff, if I'm gonna make a new character, it's gonna be always in Hyperion, I feel. I feel like I have way too many resources in Kronos and I won't have fun. Like in Kronos, I can probably get like carried all the way into hard Zenon pretty fast. And I have so many bossing meals, I feel like I would not really enjoy myself. Whereas Hyperion, I feel like I'm kind of working still for my items a little bit. Even if I am trading bosses and stuff like that. I feel like in Kronos I have too many resources. In grinding fams, would you recommend going for Epic until a large drop? I think Epic until large drop makes the most sense because you might spend way too many cards trying to go for unique. If you're specifically going for boss damage, then you go for unique. Otherwise, I would spam epics until I get large drop. I think that's the way you're meant to do it. I think. Are there boss damage chances on epic too? Yes. You can still get a chance at boss damage on epic. It'll be lower, obviously, but in terms of like card efficiency, I think it's better for large drop to get it on epic. I think. Got 10 black flames. Let's put it on a random item, shall we? See if we can get lucky with these random flames. Alright, nothing. All good. I should choose this thing. I want this, this, and this. Whoa! 100 symbols. Damn, I would like that on my my other characters. Yep. 100 arcane symbols sounds so good right now. Okay. I've just been lazy to claim my symbols, don't mind that, guys. We'll get there eventually. Okay. Oh, well, that was all my dailies done here. What's the daily gift today? Teleport rock. I actually do need that on this character, I think. Boss rewards. The gains I can solo normal lucid and trio normal will. What's the next one in terms of bossing? You could probably get to like gloom. You guys could probably do gloom and then slowly work your way to like, I think you could probably do like hard Lotus, hard Damian as well. Like in that kind of range, right? Hard Lotus, hard Damian, normal gloom. You slowly work your way to hard lucid. Hard lucid, hard will. You guys are getting there. Do I have any more weeklies I need to do? I think I haven't done my weeklies on my mechanic, actually. What's the third event? It's the concert board one. I think it gives you like a 3x coupon. I just haven't claimed it yet. Okay. Let's go do some bossing on this character, shall we? Don't think I have guild skills. 24 minutes. I could probably take 24 minutes to do the rest. Okay, let's move links across. Nice. How do I find mech? I think the class is fine. Oh, I didn't swap my legion. Swap my legion after this for a little bit more damage. Was I trying to change again? Yeah, this one. That's better. You like the invulnerable burst? Yeah, the invulnerable burst is quite nice. Makes things a lot more convenient. Out of here. A resistance remaster would be pretty cool. Honestly, I would like to be able to play my Blaze Wizard again. I want to feel good on my Blaze Wizard, but I think I'm coping. I think I am coping a little bit on the Blaze Wizard. Just give that boy a teleport. Then I'm back on Blaze Wizard. When's the right time for bossing mules? When you can afford to put nodes on them. If you can put nodes on bossing mules, that's the time. If you can't afford to put nodes on them, then I wouldn't think about it. What's bad about Blaze Wizard? It's just a personal preference thing. I've said on stream multiple times that I would love to play the class if it had a second form of mobility. Right now it only has a single flash jump. It's a little bit too lackluster for me in terms of mobility. Otherwise I think the class is fine. You know, I'm not going to comment too much about like things like damage and stuff like that because some classes are better than others when it comes to damage. So I don't like using damage as a factor why I don't like the class. It tends to be the playstyle more than anything else. Harsh stat sounds good for a comfy and low min bossing mule. I don't know about stat. I feel like it could be anywhere between like 10 and 15k stat or more. I feel like 10 to 15k is like something I've done in the past, but I don't know how accurate that is. For combat power, I also don't really know how much that relates to. Sounds like 4 to 5 mil combat power tends to be like a number that people will use. Assuming max nodes though, yeah, probably 4 or 5 mil combat power seems pretty good. Oh, did I just take 2? We're no longer in danger. Feels good, man. Close to finishing your Blaze Wizard mule, can't stop recommending it. Yeah, I like the class. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Blaze Wizard. It's just I would like it more if it had just one more form of mobility. Hello, Saber. Welcome. Are you playing BAM at all? I am still playing it, just not as much as my other characters at the moment. 100% an 80 drop or Star Force 200 drop first? If you farm, then probably the first option. How about Phantom? I think Phantom is a great class. Just a little bit low on the damage, but I think overall I like the class. My main issue with Phantom's not the damage though. My main issue is that I find it really annoying to train. The training feels high effort to me. And I rate my classes a lot depending on their training as well. For Star Force, how many stars should I go for? I think usually to start 17 first. For most items it'd be 17 first. Once you get to 17 then you can reevaluate what you need. Is cube sale often or rare? It's on the rarer side. It's not a very common sale for us to have. We're probably not going to get a cube sale for like maybe another 3 or 6 months. Okay. I will be right back, guys. I just need to quickly go to the toilet. Alright. Time to keep going with our weeklies. Nine build took your Serie hat 20, 18 top, 19 bottom. That seems kind of okay. I probably wouldn't wait for a cube sale. I feel like waiting out for a cube sale, you might be waiting a long time. What's your all-time favorite bossing mule? If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Blaze Wizard. It would be either, it would be somewhere between Blaze Wizard and Phantom, probably. I do enjoy Phantom. I like the playstyle of it. I just think that the damage could be improved. Blaze Wizard, I just like the playstyle. You miss your vac pet already? Yeah. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing, Matt? Hope you're doing well as well. Getting whooped in BM practice? Yeah, that'll do it. I feel like a lot of you guys in my chat right now are all in like BM practice. Am I crazy? Or I'm just like, I just happen to just see it often in my chat. I feel like there's at least like 5 or 6 of you guys learning Black Mage at the same time. Wish I would teach. What are you talking about? I'm just doing my own thing, man. It's so good. I mean, if people actually wanted to, I could actually VOD review. But it's up to you guys if you guys want to share your runs and stuff like that. Would you guys be interested in VOD reviews and stuff? Obviously, it depends a lot on what people are willing to share, but I can like look at your boss runs and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be Black Mage either. Like if you guys are trying to push certain content, I could always go through and have a look. You're ashamed of your hands? It's alright. We'll start somewhere. I wonder if I still have my old Black Mage runs on my computer somewhere. I'm sure I have like my original Jet runs from back in the day. Oh god, that'd be fun. Let me have a look. I think I might actually have them. I clicked into a random one, I just saw myself die out as a Corsair. That's pretty funny. Yeah, maybe we can have a look later. But if you guys... Oh, maybe I could, that's something I could add into like the Discord. I'm trying to put together a Discord as well, because I know a lot of people have asked for it. I think that's something that I could like open it up to if you guys are willing to share. Could go through some VOD reviews or something like that. You guys interested in seeing something like that? No, do the best thing. I pressed it too slow. Oh no. Oh no. I'm dead. Okay. I think the biggest thing about Black Mage tends to be that a lot of people they get overwhelmed by too many things at the same time. Well, I don't think like I genuinely don't think that people have like a lack of hands or anything like that, but it's more like for Black Mage it's very easy to get overwhelmed by how many things are going on at the same time. You just see a bunch of stuff. It's like, do you guys ever, for those who have done like Will, it's like the first time you go into Will, and it's just a bunch of stuff that's happening all at the same time. And you're just like, what do I dodge? And then you just run into like 3 different mechanics because you don't know what to dodge, and then you just die. Happens. Any advice on hard Lotus solo? Honestly, my biggest piece of advice is learn how to either, like, there's 2 things. Probably learn how to bait the Lotus punch when there's platforms, and the second one is learn how to use heroes well. If you can do those 2 things, you're probably as good as it's gonna get. Then it's just a matter of practice. Stopping by before I go to bed. Oh, hello Donnie. Good night. Thank you for dropping by. If you guys want to check out another great streamer, you guys should check out Donnie. She's a very fun streamer. Professional Lumi player. Coach Jordan V healer solo. I don't know. I don't know if I could coach anybody V healer. I feel like I'm a little bit too like the way that I play V healer is a little weird. My advice for V healer: just dodge. That's my advice. Just dodge. I don't know what more I can say. Unfortunately, because I played Battle Mage, it's like, it's kind of hard to learn from my VODs. Like, unironically, I think it's actually hard to learn from Battle Mage VODs because Battle Mage is just, it's just in the face of V-Healer and just teleporting back and forth like an idiot. And then teleporting up and down whenever something's gone wrong. It's so like, useless to learn from. When I watch myself do bosses on my Battle Mage, I'm just like, what am I doing? Just don't get hit. Like, why am I getting hit? Just don't. Just stop. Other classes are like, oh yeah, I gotta make sure I dodge this mechanic. I gotta press this button at this time. Battle Mage is just don't get hit. It's so easy. So I'm having troubles with my Zenon. I think my Battle Mage kind of ruined my hands, to be honest. Do you use it after you get hit or just before? You gotta do it right before. Hero's Will is you gotta do it right before you get hit. Alright, let's see. Am I still waiting on my G skills? Okay, 3 minutes. I have some time. Let me see if I can find some of my old Black Mage runs. I actually have some of my old... Do I have some of my old runs from... Holy. Alright, you guys want to see something? Speaking of Hard Lotus. I found one of my earliest attempts at Hard Lotus back in the day. I don't know how strong I was, but I'm pretty sure I was probably doing like 2T a burst in 40 seconds. I don't know if that means anything to you guys. Let's see if I can swap it over or add. Is it this? I'm trying to figure this out. How do I share my media player? What's going on here? How do I do it? Is it this thing? I don't know where it is. Put it as a source? That's what I'm trying to do. I thought I already had one. Crazy that I don't actually already have one. Is it window capture? Probably window capture. Maybe because it was full screen? Ah, there you go. Oh, okay, for whatever reason, because it was full screen, that's why you guys couldn't see it. But look at this. Holy. I'm 258. Right? I probably was like average 17 star at this time. This was probably one of the most frustrating Lotus deaths I've ever had. No iframes or anything, right? So I'm just like, I'm just getting bopped to high heaven. What the heck is going on? Like, isn't this... I remember this. Like... This is a real run. Look how close that was. Oh, you can't even see the percentage, but it's just like, what, 2% left in the boss. I'm just looking for some of my old Black Mage runs. I just happened to find this. I still remember molding. Like, how is this playable? I have no... This is before Blink as well. This is before Blink. So your Blink stalling wasn't a thing at this time, I'm pretty sure. There's no Blink stalling. Absolute rigged. There's no Blink stalling. It wasn't in the game yet. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my guild skills at the moment, but hello. Let's see if I can find something else. Because I was just looking for some old Black Mage VODs, but I don't see any. I do not see any. Oh, here's another good one. Why do I feel? Oh, what is this edit? Oh my god! It just just a bunch of people just died. I don't even know what clip this was. It just edited a bunch of people just dying. Oh god, that's funny. Ain't no way. Got your first sub and first tab boom 20 to 21. Oh, unfortunate. Hopefully you get better luck next time, man. This is how star forcing is sometimes. Just gotta hope for the best. Okay. Got guild skills now, so I'll make Lotus and Damian a little bit less miserable. Old Damian had funny hitboxes? Yeah, I remember. I do not miss it though. I do not miss old Damian. I wish I had more money to improve on my mechanic, honestly. Not enough money to improve on all the mules I like. $15 builds to start your Sirei from 18 to 21. Yeah. When it comes to these Star Forcing events, you just kind of have to hope for the best, honestly. Look at the screenshot sent. Of course, you sent it in the middle of my boss run. What do you guys think? Do I tab out? I don't really trust Bree. It's gonna be a weird picture, I can tell. Do I tab out? I feel like it's a scam. I'm gonna die out anyway, that's insane. I'll tab out when when I phase it. Not that far from phasing. Oh, just getting punched in the face. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we're good. Whoa, whoa. Guys. Lotus has no chill. Do you stockpile nodes before putting on the mules? Sometimes. Depends on what they're for. If they're already strong, then I don't stockpile. If they're weak, then I'll stockpile. Whoa, congrats. You're so boosted, Bree. What the heck? Was that your second one? Or was that your first one? Wait, no, that's your first one. Hey. Wait a minute, you're kind of boosted. Guess how long it took you? How much it took you? I bet you it wasn't much. Why am I not bursting? How much it took? Knowing you, it probably was like 30 bill or something like that. Something cheap. How'd you solo Black Mage min clear? It's just a good class. Honestly, a real answer though for the thing, it was just I've done Black Mage solos quite a lot. Took you 1 weeklies. Well, you did like one bossing mule and then went off and tapped it. It's pretty down bad, mate. Oh, like on your main. Okay, that's still pretty good. I mean, that's damn cheap though. They must have just streaked. You blink and then you lose 5 lives to curses. Yeah, Black Mage is like that sometimes. Ah, thank you very much, Lotus. $6 H Lotus? If only. You know what's crazy, actually? Speaking of hard Lotus, I actually got another heart on my Battle Mage yesterday. Do I have the most hearts on Hyperion? Like genuinely, do I have the most hearts on Hyperion? I've seen 6 hearts since the start of the server. Does that actually put me in like rank 1 black heart farmer on the server? It's gotta put me up like at least top 5. On Hyperion? Is Kelvin on Hyperion? I thought I was gonna die. 10 black hearts is crazy. Yeah, Kronos, yeah, that's what I thought. No, I'm on. On my Battle Mage, I've seen 6 black hearts. This server's been out for like 8 months and I've seen 6 black hearts. Kinda whack. How much meso does it take on average? Yeah, it depends on how many nodes, for sure. I think you could invest like 3 or 4 bill, and it'd be relatively strong. Because 3 or 4 bill is like... you get a bunch of 16 stars, and that's pretty good. Let's assume that like... you have 5 set Absolab and 3 set Sira. Oh, yeah, 5 Abso, 3 Sira. 8 pieces to 16, 3 or 4 bill on a 5, 10, 15. Seems pretty good to me. Gotten 2 black hearts in the last month. That's wild. I still can't believe that I have 6 of them. It's like, what the heck? So many. What am I even going to use them on? I've got nothing to use it on. Not including Meso for cubes. I'm not going to lie. My mules are lucky if they get better than better than epic. This character, I'm pretty sure, is like unique at best. It's like this was from a scroll. I'm pretty sure this legendary was from a scroll. I don't remember getting this to legendary, but I'm pretty sure it was a scroll. I did not. Yeah, it's like it's kind of whatever. Got your first black heart you use for your V healer lib, but that's fair. That's a good use for it. Back from day store burnout. I think the main issue is trying to work on Legion and spend an hour and half on your main before I get through my objective. It adds up. If you were working on like Legion and stuff, it just adds up. It takes so much time. The bleep rocket sound is music to your ears. 16 Abso Sierra and reinforced gear on your mules. You give them a lot more than I do. I don't give my mules very much to work with. My mules are lucky if they even get 16 stars. This character doesn't even have 16 stars. Look at this. It's got 10 star, 13, 10, 10. Some 16s here and there. You guys are feeding your mules. Mine are like out dumpster diving, for real. Oh no! Epic to unique isn't a significant gain. Not really. I think all of my uniques were accidental. Because I just used like the green cubes, whatever they're called. The old master cubes. What are they called now? Hard cubes? Solid cubes? I forget. It's all the same stuff anyway. I literally just feed them spare cubes. Yeah. If they hit, they hit. If they don't hit, then it is what it is. I'm too busy feeding the real characters. These guys don't deserve money. Classist. I'm just cheap. I hope they make the missiles for the mechanic automatic. Yeah, it's almost there. It's almost there. Oh no, am I dead? No, we're living. I will say one thing that's really nice about Mechanic is it's surprisingly mobile. The movement is kind of smooth, in all honesty. A lot better than a lot of people will tell you. Oh. I'm glad that like there were a few mechanics early on that taught me a thing or two about this class that joined my chat. Triple prime on the weapon. It was epic, so it's 3-6% lines. I mean, 18% for free seems pretty good to me. Give Iron Man's suit on a mechanic remake? That'd be crazy. Okay, I go over here, plop this here. Just hope for the best. 2 lines on WSC is hard. Sometimes it is. It's not as free as you'd think it is. Oh no! What? I will die for the cause, it's fine. It was worth it. It was okay. Your Damian Portal cheese vid is why I burned a mech. It's not bad. You know, I still can't believe that Bree didn't say anything. I was struggling in P3 for so long, or P2 in Damian for so long. And then Bree says, oh, by the way, what about your portals? I'm just like, why didn't you tell me at the beginning of the fight? I didn't remember these things. They just watched me struggle in normal Damian for like 15-20 minutes. And then at the end of it, oh, by the way, use your portals. Absolute menace. Yeah, I used it to cheese the lasers in Lotus. That was fine. But it didn't relate. I was like, oh, I could just teleport back and forth. A limiter pre-quest required for 6th job? I think so. I think you have to do all the learning. Not the learning, the story. I don't know why I said learning. Oh no. Yeah, there's a bunch of story quests that you have to do before you can do 6th job. You learn faster from suffering. You guys are just here for a good time, and I'm just here crying. It's just how it is. You guys all out here having a laugh at my expense. Speaking of laugh at my expense, this guy's DR. 25 bill on your zero, none of your zero got 18. Oh, that is quite painful. Have I tried Magic Crash? Would be nice if my mechanic had Magic Crash. You know, if it even worked. 25 build without 18 stars is so sad. I'm so sorry, man. You just fail stacking for yourself, right? Surely. Phantom's Magic Crash actually works on Akechi. Yeah, it's Phantom's Magic Crash of all of them, whatever the skill is called. That works on Akechi, but not the actual Magic Crash. It's kind of ridiculous. Boom Jasira hat. Yeah. It's the it's just one of those days when you just have a terrible like star forcing event. Now, it feels like it only happens on 30% as well. Like that's why people hate 30%, because every once in a while you will have events like that and it's just miserable. But what can you do though, right? It just is what it is. Thank you, Akechi, for running away from my burst. Know about you not foddering? Yeah, you're kind of a maniac, Bree. Bree was a maniac from the beginning. I remember when I was starting to Star Force past 17 on my first character, right? You know, first time past 17. And Bree links me the CRA hat. And it's just sitting at 20. And I'm just like, this makes no sense. Why is your hat at 20? It stayed at 20 for the longest time as well. I feel like it was spite, but I'm not so sure. Okay. Tupino or not Tupino? I cannot be bothered with Pino. But I should. It's money. Do I have a soul weapon? I do not. I remember the first time we were farming. We spent some time farming for the little soul enchanter thing with the 30% chance of success. We find one in like 10 minutes, and then we gave up. Oh my god! It's fine. It's cool. Oh yeah, your belt. I do remember that actually. It wasn't just you. I think Simon had a similar experience. You should Star Force everything straight. Kind of crazy. For me, I had... Every time that there is a Star Forcing event, I do well. So I'm just convinced that I'm only ever going to Star Force on event. I will never Star Force off event ever again. Because clearly, my gains are insane on event every single time. There's no point me ever Star Forcing off event. We're gonna be here for a while, guys. I don't know why they made the mashing plus soldiers do 10 damage. You know, me neither, but we're here now. It is what it is. Use a soul weapon? I would use a soul weapon if I had a soul enchanter. This character, I don't really play that much, so it doesn't have a soul enchanter, which is quite unfortunate. So we're just here in the mines. 2,000 nodes and still doesn't have perfect trios? That is pain. It's always a spares game, for real. Restart your account, your seed is cursed. That's crazy. Make Soul Enchanter tradable? I would love that. Yeah, this character doesn't have a Soul Enchanter. Do normal bosses drop Soul Enchanter? Dojo? No way, I'm not doing Dojo on my mechanic. Ain't no way. Oh, God. Which is the strongest resistance character? In my limited experience, I would probably put Xenon 1 and Battle Mage 2. I have none in my inventory, I promise you. I'm pretty sure I don't. The one time I had it, I used it, and it failed. Xenon's burst feels really, really strong. Just from my experience. I can't really say much about Blaster for obvious reasons. Wild Hunter seems weaker than Battle Mage. What's the other one? I forgot. Actually, the demons, if you count them as resistance, both of the demons are actually pretty strong. What's the other class? I just completely forgot. It's like Blaster, Battle Mage, Mechanic. I'm looking at one right now. Mechanic and Blaster. Mechanic is alright. Wild Hunter is... it's probably the weakest one. DS is very strong though. I refuse to go upstairs. Every time I go upstairs, I get caged, and then I waste a bunch of time. I will never go on that cursed platform ever again. I will always attack from down here. One thing that I would like to play is Demon Avenger with the RFS, like Rune Force Shield, but that's a pipe dream. That's never happening, I think. Oh, wait, did she have damage reflect? How did I die? She has damage reflect, that's news to me. Ooh, KT. Yo, I can't move. Imagine you get caged at the end like that, and then you just watch all your drops expire. Could you imagine? Okay. Pretty good money. 1.4 bill. Ooh, 2 MVPs. Such luxury, guys. MVPs are a luxury that I can't currently use. Out here waiting for the next patch to drop so I can start farming familiars. Yup. Okay. Can I claim? I can't. That's alright, I have like so many reward points. God. Every time they release new pets, I just like the way that they look as a set. If only we could choose what our... like, we can change like the look of our perm pet. I would like to be able to change the look of the perm pets into like those ones, so just have a set. Because I really like the sets. How much combat power does your mech have? I think it's like 5 or 4 mil. 5 mil, there you go. Still no news of Vacpet. There's still hope for this week, I think. There's still hope for this week. Look at all these failed bossing mules that I never like worked on. Who needs to work on bossing mules when we can just farm? Also, I just realized, Bree, that hat tap 259 mil per tap. Is that real? That is crazy, and that's on 30% off. Ain't no way. Eternals, yeah. That is disgusting. $300 mil. Okay. kind of want to spend my money. Oh, spoilers. What is this interaction that I'm looking at? You guys are crazy. Alright, let's see. Can we find a hard Damian party? Would like to find a hard Damian party. Or, you guys reckon I could solo hard Damian? Is that too crazy? It's probably crazy if I try to solo hard Damian. What do you guys think? Should I try soloing hard Damian? I mean, it might be worthwhile trying. The problem with hard Damian is I don't have space on my hard drive right now. Let's delete something here. 40 mil CP. That's so high. What are you talking about? For Damian, way less. At 40 mil CP, I can do hard dark now. I don't think it's gonna be a hands problem. It's definitely gonna be a damage problem. Empty. Okay, I have a little bit of storage on my hard drive. We can give it a go. Let's buy one of these. Buy one of these. What other cheap buffs can I get? Ursus. I use stats to determine. Yeah, you know what? The stats also doesn't help me because I'm a Zenon. How crazy is that? Actually, can I just go? Oh, this. Okay. What else? Need this. Oh, I just have a bunch of stuff in my inventory. Where's like guild? Oh, I know that reset today. Okay, so I have guild buff. I could probably grab VIP, and I can try. I'm just gonna start recording, just in case something miraculous happens. All right. Alright, let's try it. Hard Damian. Wait, do I even have guild skills up? I do. This is gonna be an entire run, I think. Whoa, look at those spoilers, that's crazy. What am I missing? Echo. I mean, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. Okay. I don't know if I'll need Blink, but I guess it's better than having Fountain there for the time being. Alright. Here goes nothing. $24 mil combat power. Let's give it a go. I'm not gonna lie. It might be possible. It might be. Probably long run. Just depends on how my burst goes. Then we'll know for sure. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this damage is kind of crazy. Yo! Yo, this class is kind of broken, guys. Yo, that's not funny. Yo, that damage is not funny, guys. I was kind of memeing before, but this... Looks like Jet. He kind of does. $33k stat? I think that seems fine, right? I think 35k stat seems okay. The only thing I have to worry about is the cleansing. I don't know how I'll live that. I need to cleanse soon. Alright, don't get scammed, don't get scammed, don't get scammed. No! I got scammed. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna die. Who cares? Who needs cleansing? I'm just gonna just full send. Alright, sword's got a plant, I'm gonna cleanse and we'll be good. Please don't hit me. Alright, we're good. We're cooking. Yo, I'm a real Zenon player, guys. You hear the beam dance? Please come back. Can I hit him? Sort of. I don't like being in the corner. Alright, see you, Bree. Good luck in your game. Yo, I can solo H Damian. I can solo hard Lotus. If I don't die out. Steal this cleanse while I can, hopefully. Nice. Oh! If I had last resort on there, I die. Oh, I thought I would have made that. Yo, this is so chill. I really thought that the damage would be a lot tighter, but turns out. It's not too bad. Imagine we get an eye patch though. That'll be fun. Eye patch first clear. No, didn't get the free cleanse. Alright, 7 minutes, 30%. Looking pretty good, right? Gotta unsubscribe. No, not the unsubscribe. It's alright. If it makes you feel any better, it's very unlikely I'll get an eye patch. Honestly, I just want an Abso box. It's kind of what I'm here for, just the Abso box. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to have some doubts on my clear here. It feels like... I feel like this timing is a little close. Won't lie, guys, it's feeling a little close. A little close. Three more origins. You know, I always forget how much damage Origin does. I know I just literally ripped two of them, but... It's always crazy to me how much damage Origin does. Should probably take this... Oh, no, it's doomed. Oh, actually. Not so doomed. Oh! Say it ain't so. Don't do it! I have to charge all over again. Oh, that's a little cooked. That's okay. He's in the air. It's alright. I'll just use another goddess charge. It's fine. I'm too scared. I can't hit him. Oh! Walk straight into it. Okay. Wait, why are there two swords? Did I die to a sword? Is that a graph? Is that a bug? I didn't die to a sword. That's crazy. Unless I did? Am I crazy? Okay. I should probably cleanse. Oh, I really hope that's not. It's not going to end up in that. Oh, of course it does. Classic Damian. What did I expect? That's alright. One more burst, and I hopefully get out of this phase. Guess I'll die. Unless. It's all good. I mean, the timing seems pretty close still. 16 minutes, roughly, for P2 is it's on the lower side, I feel. It's kind of close. Is this hard, Damian? Yeah. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I think I might still time out. I mean, I guess I go into P2 with bursts, not too bad. It's not too bad. It's gonna come down to my origins, hey? It's a bit annoying that I can't hit him from up there. I feel like if I could hit him in the air, this run would be a lot easier. I need to pull this over here. Oh, try to get some extra damage in. I mean, I have 5 lives. It's not that bad. I really want to get this photon ray off. Oh no. I ran out of mana because of my thing. Alright, I gotta be a bit careful with my lives then. A little bit. Just a little bit. Uh-oh. Try not to be too impatient, getting hit by too many things. Speaking of impatient. Oh my god. That was almost bad. I just need to chill. Oh, of course. Of course you would, Damian. That's a bit annoying. I kind of need him to return to this so I can get the extra damage in. Oh god. Oh no. It's looking a little spicy, guys. A little spicy. Copping a life like that's pretty bad. It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. Top tier actor, what do you mean? Never an actor. I'm in pain. Oh my god. Heal, please. Oh no. Please, can I get out of this? Okay, good. That was closer than I would have liked it, that's for sure. Why did he run that way? I don't know if I can get another Origin in. I'll be honest, guys. Oh wait, no, yes I can. I can't get a third burst in. Can I bind in midair? This is so bad. I need to get the orbs over here. Oh my god. So difficult to set up the burst. These orbs. Oh, that was so lucky. I don't know if you guys saw that. That orb one has got me. Need him to dash out. Okay, you know what? That's fine too. I'm okay with him just hiding. Yeah, I don't have Urda Nova. Because, didn't feel like I needed it. But clearly. It's alright. I mean, he's just chilling on in the air anyway. Okay, it looks like, though, I should be able to get the clear if I do my Origin correctly. 7% seems reasonable, right? He's just chilling in the air, though. Get down from there. Kinda wanna heal. Oh, I missed my heal. Oh no. Might tank a life here. Okay, as long as I don't die, should be okay. Because I don't wanna scuff the laser. I'll just bind him like this. I shouldn't have used my AB link so early, actually. Should have bound. I missed. Or did I? I did miss. Questionable. I forgot to bind him after. Alright, things have gotten from okay to kinda bad. That's okay. I have to go for this cleanse here, on 6. Oh my god, that all because I missed my bind. You know what? I have to. Oh, do we get it? Oh, that was a bit close. Whew. It's got to get a bit close there. Like almost 30-minute run. All because I scuffed that last origin. That was a little too close for comfort, if you ask me, guys. A little too close for comfort. Oh, I feel it in my ass. Oh, clenched a little bit too hard, guys. For acting? What do you mean? That was a bit close, guys. Alright, first hard Damian. It was on stream as well. First solo, that is. No, my Abso box. All I wanted was an Abso box. No, absolute scam. That's not an Abso box. You know, I actually messed up because I did get an Abso box from Lotus and I bought the shoulder. I'm so dumb. Why did I get a shoulder? The shoulder is so much easier to get than the cape. In terms of like this, like I should have just bought the shoulder from the shop. Like why did I open the box for a shoulder? I feel so dumb. But that's alright. We got hard Damian out. That's all that matters. Nice. 30-minute hard Damian. Would I do that again? I don't know. Probably not. But hey. Big crystal. 300 mil? 350 mil. Not bad, not bad. It's okay. We look at the bright side. We got the clear. Man, it's a shame we didn't get an Abso box. I actually kind of need a weapon box, because I'm still using the fake Abso. Wouldn't mind a real weapon, but that's okay. Alright, very happy with that though. We got the clear. Farming 300 mil in 30 minutes would have been less stressful. Yeah, that's true. But I wanted to see if I could do it, and it turns out I can. So it's all good. What was my combat power? These are my stats right now. 25 million combat power. Not bad. Not bad for a 30-minute run. It definitely could have been a lot faster. I don't really know how to play my class, and my P2 was so bad. It shouldn't have been so close because I actually whiffed my bind after Origin twice. I forgot to bind him after my Origin bind ran out, and I forgot to... Then I just missed the bind immediately after. Like, I actually missed it twice. It didn't help that, like, I also had a pretty bad burst on P2 in general. Ooh, I could have done this. Ah, wait, no, I have 55, I need 65. All good. What's my damage range? I don't know, is it this? 18 mil range? I don't know. Oh yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy about that. What about Fake Arcane? I think the Fake Arcane and the Fake Absol are about the same until I get the Arcane Gloves. Hopefully next week I'll get Arcane Gloves. So then I can have 2 set. I think until 2 set, the Fake Absol is about the same. It's about the same. Yeah, pretty happy with that though, pretty happy. It's been a while since I've done a long Damian, but it is what it is. Would I do that again? Probably not. That was kind of high effort. But at least I have an idea of the boss fight. I feel like my burst cycling could have been a lot better. I'm just glad that I didn't have to do that again. I'll just probably look for a party. Probably look for a party. Oh. Maybe I'll do it again if I make some gains, but I might not make some gains anytime soon. I'm new to Maple. If I get free flame gears, is it possible to give them flames? Flame free gear. Yeah. But some items can't get flames. Some items can't get flames, like rings can't get flames. Some of them can't, but it is possible for like you to get something like this, like a sub pendant, and it might come with no flames. Then you can put a flame on it, but some items like rings you can't put flames on them. Yeah. I'm so relieved that that's done. Now I can be a little rat and look for a V healer party and a Dark Nail party. Shoulder can't get flames, yeah. So you're okay there. Right. What channel are we on? 10. Made any gains on the 30% off? I did. I Star Forced a few 21s off the top of my head, and yeah, those were the main gains. Oh my god. Oh, there it was. Like I just went for the bottom one. I scammed myself good. I'm just be so useless since it's MPE though, guys. Still salty about yesterday? Yeah, it's rough. Like, not even seeing 18 stars is like, that's really painful. Alright, I'll be the summon. I'm so useless though. Don't tell them. Don't tell them what I did. Don't tell them what I did. Don't tell them. Don't say anything. Don't. Oh man, not me being a little leech or anything. Hey, at least I found my mob first this time. Don't worry, I'm useful now. You know what? I'm not pressing last resort because I'm gonna die. My dumbass is gonna straight die. I can feel it. You know what? I'll look like I'm useful. It's all good. I'll bind the boss for them. All good. All good, guys. We're so close, yet so far. So good. Don't worry, all that matters is that I'm not last on the mob kills, right? My consolation prize for myself. This character is currently in Hyperion. Yeah, it's currently 5 PM for me. Don't worry. I'm charging my laser. Ah, I'm useful. I can't type while I have my laser charged. That is so tragic. Yo, monster collection. I got the slime. What's for dinner? I'm not sure actually. I bought a bunch of random like groceries. So we'll see what we make tonight. Alright. Not me griefing my Monster Park Extreme or anything. Honestly, I don't think I did any damage. Like genuinely, I don't think I did any damage. But hey, we got the clear and that's what matters. One box. But yeah. I'm currently editing my gains. I just need to add some background music and I'll be able to upload my next part pretty soon. It's just like me talking about Commercy and some of the stuff I did on 30%. Yeah. I mean, I didn't do anything too crazy for 30%. But it was definitely much better than I expected. Because I wanted to get this one to 21. That was like my main goal. Because the last time we worked on the top, I think it was at 19. And yeah. I mean, I think this one was probably the least surprising game for the Zenon. Starting at 19, I was really scared actually. The worst feeling is when you settle at 19 and you start tapping it, it goes down to 15. You're just like, yep, this seems about right. You guys know that feeling where it's like, why was it 19 if it was just gonna go back down to 15 anyway? And yeah, I made some gains. I think I showed. I mean, I got this. That's pretty nice. Like, I had enough coins to buy my sub pendant. Oh, that sound is a little bit too harsh on my ears. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my last sub gear. So let's see, 640 more coins, right? No, 660. How many days is that? If I'm getting like 30 coins a day, probably less than that. So yeah, I'm really keen on my sub ring. Yeah, actually, I don't mind sharing the gains. Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys have to wait for the video. I'm almost done editing it anyway. I showed it, some of it already on stream, so it's not too much of a spoiler, but I think it'd be fun to hide it. Some of you guys saw. It's all good. But hey, that's what you guys get for joining the stream. Just a bit of extra content. Tap your CRA hat, start at 18, 20 bill. 8 hats later at 17. Yeah. It's kind of rough. That's the worst thing about 30% off is it literally you're playing off event. It's just a cheaper off event. So you still have to go through like the RNG check of 15 to 20, which is the hard part. That's why 5, 10, 15 always feels better. Because from 15 to 20, it's one less star that you have to do. So statistically, it feels way better. Yeah. So I still have that to claim. I think I still have this to claim, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Still a few things to do yet, but that's okay. And I'll just try and check if I have anything else I was missing. I think that's pretty much it though, right? Just checking if I can do anything here. Oh, I might be able to craft some stuff actually. I'm still working on this Meister accessory crafting. It's going pretty slow. Because I don't have that many of these items. I can craft one of these. Almost there. I just need to get these advanced item crystals, which are a little bit annoying to farm. A little bit. But we'll get there eventually. Also got a pat mark, got it to legend in using as damage gear, revealed 2 lines drop. Not sure how to feel. I think that's fine. 2-line drop pat mark. It's fine. If you weren't planning on doing Commercy, I think leaving it as damage gear is fine because it's hard to push it. You're more likely to... So, let's see. For the pat mark, because you can use the black bean mark, right? If you leave this at 17, it's probably like close to best in slot drop gear. Like genuinely, it's pretty much close to best in slot drop gear. And if you're not planning on doing Commercy, then it's fine. But if you're doing, if you're planning to do Commercy, then that feels bad. It is what it is, though. Okay. Always keeping an eye out. I need to look for a V-Healer party. V-Healer and Darknell. That would be kind of nice. Like, if I can solo hard Damian, surely I can blue dot in V-Healer, right? I don't know what the damage requirement is to blue dot, because I never really did do any of that. Pretty good gains though. Very happy. Maybe I'll do some of my dailies to finish up. Some of my weeklies, rather. Let's do, Hungry Mudo and that sort of stuff. Depends how long it takes, yeah. I don't want to accidentally go into a party and then they just blow it up, right? If they just blow it up, then it's kind of doomed. But I think starting next week, I might be able to trade for it, which would be really nice. If I had 22 at Pat Mark, would I go Monocle? Nah, just keep the 22 Pat Mark. Save yourself the trouble. I would only do Commercy if I haven't really touched a Pat Mark. But if your Pat Mark's 22, just don't save yourself the trouble. Forget it. 8.8T for V-Healer. That doesn't seem too unreasonable. I can probably do 8.8. Because the guy that I usually trade with, he's already run V-Healer this week. But next week is fine. Like, I don't mind next week. It's more like, can I get a run in this week? The difference between a 22 Pat Mark and a 22 Monocle, I'm pretty sure Monocle still wins that. Pretty sure. The extra Star Force and extra percentage is just too good. A transposed 22 Monocle will beat out a 22 Pat Mark. Pretty sure. Okay, let's see what we got here. Should have maxed this crystal out. Still regret. Okay. Thankfully, it's all the ones I saw already. Wow, it's actually all the ones I saw already. I was told it's an increase. It's probably an increase, but I don't know how big it is. It's not that big of a deal. Honestly, just stay the... I would just save the trouble of myself doing Commercy. 22 Pat Mark is fine. You're not gonna notice that much of a difference. Like, genuinely. I know it's like fun. It's fine to like chase gains, but I don't think I would put myself through the trouble of doing Commercy just for like barely any gains. If you're at that point where you have nothing else to push except for that slot, then sure. But I feel like most of the time you probably have something else more worthwhile to work on. When do you get on after reset? I'm still looking for a Dark Nail party. I'm usually just streaming around this time, and then like later in the day for me. But we'll see, because chances are I'm just gonna do a 1-for-1 trade with my friends, so then we don't lose out on too much money. But yeah. I think if I didn't have somebody to trade with, I'd probably try to set up a run in my guild, but yeah. Including one hard Dark Nail. Seems kind of sus. 30 mil combat power. 45. 60. 60 and 30. Get the feeling I'm not gonna blue dot in that party. A bit too strong. A bit too strong. A little bit too strong. But yeah, it's all good. I'm probably going to take it easy on the bosses. I'm not too fussed about it. Like, if I get one, I get one. If I'm not, it's like, yeah, it's whatever. Maybe another time. It's just like wishful thinking as opposed to like anything else. Chances are the party dies out before clearing. You know, it's kind of true. Some parties there's five minutes in and then 3 people already on like 2 lives. That's why I like running solo if I can help it, because then I don't feel bad about leaving people. Because what's the general consensus, guys? Like, if you are in a pub party and then people die out, you just clear without them, right? Is that usually what happens? Your brother flakes because he hates them. You know what? It's kind of fair. Darknell makes you feel things when it's a long run. When I was running C10 for the first time, my bishop, who was in my party, really hated Darknell, and like if he died like 2 or 3 times, he would just leave the run and just like, just clear without me, guys. He's just like, no, I'm not dealing with Darknell, I can't be bothered. He would just kill, yeah. You know, if you are actually really strong and you're lazy, that's probably a strat that you could do. Alright, it sounds kind of toxic, but I can 100% see like people who are really strong just using people as DPS mules and then just staying alive and hiding. You reckon, do people do that? I can see it happening where like you just do a lot of the damage, stop doing damage, everyone dies out, then you just solo clear. It's kind of toxic, but I can see it happening. I didn't claim my 3rd run. At least I don't have to deal with that. I just run my own party. I hate running in parties that are more than 2 or 3 people anyway. I think it's a bit annoying. I think in general, though, if I was in a pub party, I would probably also expect like people to clear if you die out, because it's like it's the risk that you run. You know, especially if it's a 6-man. I'm not rerunning as a 6-man. That just nah. That one I don't like though. I don't like the thing where you're like, if you take somebody in your run, everyone should have a chance at the loot. Unless you specifically say at the beginning that, you know, box only. Like no pitch boss or something. If you explicitly say it and they join, that's on them, right? Because I did that. I joined on my Cannon Master into a hard Zenon and they said no emblem, right? I'm like, I'm not there for the emblem. I just want my clear so then I can get like a chance of a ring box. That's fine, right? You can do that. But if you're like a random pub party and you're just 1 of 1 so far, like 1 out of 6 people, and you say like no box, I mean, no pitch boss, I'm just like, bro, at that point you're just like trying to get free labor, you know? I never understood that. If it's like a static party that they just need an extra DPS and they're explicit about it, that's fine. But if you're just like 1 or 2 people and you're asking for a certain amount of damage and you're not giving them pitch boss. Like, why? Why would I join? It's kind of crazy. Why is the most hype character in this game the Flying Fish? True. Flying Fish is an MVP, man. Alright. I think after this, might take it easy. Pretty good progress today. I'm very happy. Like, holy, we managed to clear hard Damian. Like, cannot believe it. I'm more annoyed that I didn't get an Abso box. I really wanted that Abso box. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like I should save my fragments for the next mastery. Or maybe even Soul Janus. Show us your Legion? Sure. I might save for Soul Janus. Just one level in it, so we have just an extra summon. Unsure though. Yeah. The issue with like the pub parties is like sometimes you would just get people who just are kind of weak themselves. Like imagine like somebody at 30, I say weak, it's all relative to the boss, right? So if you're like 30 mil combat power and you're in a hard will run, 30 mil, you're on like bare minimum 30-minute solo, like at most, right? But if you say like no pitch boss and you're 30 mil combat power in hard will, you're just like asking for free labor. There's no way. There's no way. It's so funny to me because sometimes you would see the description being like, you know, duo trio, and the guy is like the min amount for a party, and he's asking for like 3 times his damage. Kinda crazy. It's different if you're asking for a fast run and everyone knows it's a fast run. That's fine. But if you're weak and then you're setting it at like a relatively high combat power, it's like, that's crazy. And for like a random like lower boss as well. I still can't get over it. Somebody asked for 35 mil combat power in hard Darknail. But it's like a party boss, like duo trio 35 mil combat power. So the guy who's hosting the party himself has to be 35 mil. And he's asking for 2 or 3 other people who are 35 mil combat power. At that point, like, what's going on? You can just solo it at that point. 15 mil combat saying box only in hard Darknail. Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, guys, I think that'll be it for today. Pretty successful day for me. I got pretty lucky on my 30% off, so I can't wait to show you guys my gains. So if you guys are following my series for my Zenon, look out for the video. It should be out in about 7 or 8 hours or something like that. So for the Americans, I guess it's like when you guys wake up. And yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that you guys were here. Hopefully you guys hit on your 30% off. If you didn't, then I hope you guys get luckier next time. Alright, take care guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.